YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I greatly appreciate you clicking on the video today. We are in week 11 and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty of this season. We are slated to take on number 5 Texas in the college football playoff, as we are ranked number 13 in the nation, which means we are probably the top rated group of 5, right? So that is something that we need to continue to push for, right? But bye week means we get an update in recruiting. We did have some heartbreak here at the top of our board. The halfback Gem, he was okay. I mean, he was going to be a good replacement for Williams here in a couple years, but he is going to Rice of all places. And then University of Kentucky came in and stole him. They did win the game, so they got a huge boost after week 9. Well, I guess that was last week. So they won their game and he committed. The sad part about those two was they were coming on campus in 2 weeks. So if we were able to hold on, that would have been fantastic. But now the issue is we can't. Oh, they switched it. Nice. So we can go back and we can add people to that week as well, which is fantastic. Before, you couldn't do that. So and then down here we got some other people that we are adding on our board. There's a bunch of 4 stars, as I mentioned at the end of last episode, and so now that we lost that receiver, that halfback, we need to try to catch Purdue with this halfback, and then also try to get up on this guy's board as well. He's a contact seeker. We do need a fullback, so this guy will more than likely go and fill that spot for us. So, again, we are really going to have to do work here late and in the portal if we're really going to want to make an impression. So we need to make sure that we are doing that for sure. Finishing the season with 2 home games. We got UAB this week and New Mexico next week, I believe. And quickly before we jump into that, we'll look here. New Mexico is at the top portion of it, not so much anymore. South Alabama and San Diego State are right behind us. So as long as we win one of these 2 games, we should be pretty safe in the conference championship game. So let's take care of business here. We do have a couple recruits on campus, which is huge. It was a much bigger week before those 2 committed to their schools last week. So we still need to, make sure we steer the ship in the right direction. We got to continue to build because we're looking to get promoted again to tougher competition. Defense needs help here to start the game. It is 3rd and 9. They are in the red zone to start here on their first possession of the game. They're going to throw up a jump ball. We got to go make a play. Instead, we get mossed out of our minds. Ooh, okay. That's fantastic. And the first quarter is pretty much done with, and these are the only 2 moments that we have as we cut the lead to 7-3. Offense is struggling. Our defense is giving up a lot of yards to a UAB team that just really probably shouldn't be getting a lot of yards. Going to come up, force that incompletion. They're going to kick a field goal to make it a 7-point game, 10-3. We get the ball down into the red zone, and we're going to go ahead and give it to Williams, and he's going to sift through, but it was just kind of a messy, I don't know, they were like stacked on each other, and Durham was trying to block like 3 guys at one time, and it was just obviously not ideal. Bryce is going to get down to the 1-yard line. Raheem Johnson is hurt, so our line is going to need to go to its depth, which truthfully we have quite a bit of it, so I'm not too worried about it. As William gets into the end zone and ties the game, our defense cannot stop this offense to save their lives right now, and that needs to change. And it's not going to, because their blocks are unreal, to be honest. Like, there was nothing we could have done there. They get into the end zone again. It is 17-10. 3rd and inches with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Williams, that magnetism was crazy. I was already looking to see where to cut to get to the end zone, but we are rolling. Tough play there. Right as I say we're rolling, we just dud play. I do not like any of this. I just brought players into the route, but it doesn't matter because Bryce Baker, with a big boy run, gets into the end zone to tie the game at 17s. All right, come on, Durham. There's nobody back there. You have a linebacker on you. Durham makes the catch, but he is caught. I'm unsure about all that, but RPO, we're going to hit Acho. It's under 50 seconds now. We're not really in any rush. We're going to see if Washington wins off the line here. The corner had help. We're going to hit Durham on the deep dig route, and he's going to break the tackle and get into the end zone. Durham with the touchdown. Defense gets a stop. Offense goes 3 and out. They score a touchdown, 24-24. Again, one of those that I just need to be better at recognizing them too, to be honest. Adomitis with the first down. Like, they punted it and trapped us way down on our goal line, right? Which results into a 3 and out, and then they score a touchdown. Why doesn't EA say, hey, your offense is trapped inside the 5-yard line. Get 2 first downs to give your offense some space, right? Why is that? Like, is that hard to code into the game? Like, the only thing that you get is if they get just past the 50 and it's a 3rd down. If they get in the red zone. Like, can we make it a little bit more of a variety, right? And then that takes away, like, bigger streamers such as Bangle. I watch Bangle a lot. He complains about the moments and the lack of offensive moments he gets, especially deep into games. Like, that's going to fix it. If you get trapped, or another one, if your offense hasn't gotten more than like 2 first downs in 3-4 possessions, like, give us the opportunity to hop in, right? Like, we should be able to hop into a situation like that. Bryce Baker, is he going to get to the end zone? He is. He and his legs have picked up so much at the end of this season. He is showing why he was one of the best transfer quarterbacks in the portal last year. And the other thing, we're talking about recruits, right? And getting recruits here. We need to keep these guys here. Bryce Baker wants an A. I think he wants A- or maybe a B+ in championship contender. Like, we need to make sure that he is battling for the title so we can keep him here. And his legs are going to be a big reason why. He's upwards of 100 yards rushing so far here in this game. He has been unbelievable. And we have started to pull away here. It's a 14-point game. We're looking to get in the end zone yet again. This is Thomas. He's going to have the speed to get there. And that's all of a sudden it's a 21-point game. And this is what we needed to start the game. And our defense, did they give up a touchdown? No, they didn't. All right. So still 21 points here. And we get a sack. Beckner in coverage. Noah Carter we kind of moved him to an edge. And I don't think we really need to, right? No, we don't. We can just kneel. We moved him to kind of an edge rusher because we do have young guys with a little bit better speed. And Beckner doesn't even have better speed, I don't think, but he was just so good last year that we needed to keep him on the field. So that's kind of where we were at. 268, 2 touchdowns on 63% completion for Bryce Baker, but where he made his impact was on the ground. Williams had 96 yards, Baker had 96 yards, 17 attempts for Williams and 16 for Beckner. Thomas got in as well for 8 carries. There's times where he gets in a lot, and there's times where he just doesn't. And like last game, I think Williams had like 35 carries or something. Anyway, 2 touchdowns each for William and Baker receiving wise. 4 catches for Washington for 46, 4 for 78, and a touchdown for Durham. And Thomas got into the end zone as well on the screen pass to make it a 21-point game. Noah Carter had a game, led the team with 10 tackles, 4 for loss, and 2.5 sacks. Stroud 9 tackles, Beckner 7, with Edmonds and Collins also coming in with 7. Beckner and Manu and Collins all had 2 tackles for losses, and Stroud had 1 for a loss. Collins also got in on a sack, and Stroud helped Noah Carter with his 3rd. No interceptions again for the defense, which has kind of been the case here as of late, outside of the Louisiana game where I think we had 3, but still 45-24 on a visit week is a great way to help with recruiting. Season finale here. We are up to number 10 in the nation. We are hosting a New Mexico team that is really solid. They're 6-2 in the conference. If they beat us and San Diego State loses, they have a chance to get into the conference title game. So they have a lot to play for. We have a couple recruits on campus as well. The big thing is we need Iowa to lose this week again. They have a visit with one of our top recruits yet again. So hopefully we can get them to have a loss. I didn't look who they have, but we just got to take care of business on our end and continue to have our championship contender high. A rainy and cold night here. It is raining and 38 degrees here in Indiana as we get into the red zone. 2nd and 7. We make it 3rd and 4. First possession, well, maybe not. That's a long first possession, but you never know. We're going to trust Acho in his hands there, and he's going to catch it and break a tackle and fight into the end zone. Touchdown, Ball State. And he's saying, recruits, come here. We got something going here at Ball State. What a job by Acho. We're going to look for Durham on the deep ball. He's not going to be open. We're going to roll. We're going to send Acho deep. Not going to be able to. It's going to be 4th and 10 to start the second quarter. We end up having to punt there. I pretty much agree with that decision. Just it's a lot to try to get in 4th and 10. Way too deep for a field goal attempt. So 3rd and 3 turns into 4th and 12 because our O-line did not block very well at all. We didn't really have any time to look anywhere, to be quite honest with you. Offense is kind of stalled out a little bit here. We're going to hit Durham. He's going to pick up 6. It's going to be 4th and 2. They're not going to let us go for that either. And offense is just really struggling. Here in the rain, New Mexico is tough, right? They aren't a team where people just beat up on them anymore. They're pretty solid. They can handle their own, and we're seeing that right now. Their defense is playing well. Their offense hasn't really gotten anything going really, but outside of the last couple weeks, our defense has been super good here in the last half of the season. What's really worrying me is I say that he comes on the game is Williams hadn't been on the field for a while. So, and it seems like New Mexico is just throwing blitzes at Bryce Baker, and that's kind of their game plan is just try to get him unsettled. And when the offensive line gives him enough time to find his target, it hasn't been very productive as we make a mistake. Unbelievable. There's just a horrible ball by me. I just don't understand. They are in a position to get points there late in the half, and they didn't take it. They went for it on 4th down instead. And I was kind of in a pouty mood for my bad decision, and I just let them kind of take care of it. And because I thought we were just going to click in and they were going to kick a field goal, right? But they end up going for it. And it's going to be an interesting thing to keep in mind here as Williams gets into the end zone, and to see if that kind of was a turning point. They go for it on 4th down again, and they don't get it, giving our offense a pretty short field. Our offense hasn't done anything with it as of right now. We're going to go to Williams out of the backfield. He's going to be just short. We're going to hop in here, and we're not punting this ball. We're comfortable with going short because we feel comfortable with our offensive line against this front to get 2 yards, right? That's not what I wanted. So we hop in, we get the 4th down. We're going to hop back in on a 3rd down, 3rd and 7. We're going to bring Acho coming across just in case we can't find anybody. He's going to be wide open. What a ball in the rain by Bryce Baker, and he's going to fight down to the 12-yard line. And we're on the verge here to making it a blowout score. Obviously, a touchdown would be much better because that would give us 21, so they can't kick a field goal to make it not a blowout. So making sure that we get it to 21 is very, very important here for the recruits that we have on campus this week. Washington, touchdown, and dare I say the route is on. They're going to go for it on 4th down again. They ended up punting it. Went for it on 4th again. They got that one, and now they're going for it on 4th again. These guys are absolutely wilding right now, going for it on 4th down constantly, and that one's going to work. Their offensive line is manhandling our front, and it is very frustrating to watch. Third and 7 here, 21-7. We are in trouble. Oh, they handed that off so well. It's an arm punt, if anything. It's an arm punt, if anything, right? Okay, we're going to go into the zone here. Fourth and 17. We're going to take a shot. They're going to drop it, thankfully. We're going to be in the red zone. We can go ahead and take our 21-point lead again. Obviously, I think that's a spot where they have to go for it. But that's kind of been their MO. Like, do they not have a kicker nor a punter? Because they've been going for it a lot. And, you know, if that's kind of been their MO all year and it's gotten them to here, then why not, right? But it's been very interesting. And that guy has 11 tackles. Holy. He's been playing well. Been playing really well, and he's in the backfield yet again. All right, this guy is not messing around. We need to stop messing around and get this thing in the end zone. Williams going to spin. Can't be stopped at the 1. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, let's get into goal line. Let's QB sneak it. They got the sneak defense on, but we're going to actually, do we have a... Williams going to get in the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals, up 21. Defense needs to get a stop here. Looks like they did. Going to go chew clock. We're at 3rd and 6. Is Uter going to be wide open here? Well, no, because he got absolutely blocked. Mike, what is happening, bro? There's no way that's... A minute and 1 seconds left. Another pick. Oh, thank you, Acho, for coming and getting that. We don't get the blowout win. So frustrating. I threw 3 picks. I don't even want to look at that. That's not his fault. 102 for 2 touchdowns. Man, that is a horrendous way to end the year. Garrison 5 tackles for loss. That's insane. 1 pick by Josiah Edmonton. Noah Carter 2 sacks. 1 apiece for Garrison and Collins. I'm very frustrated with myself on that one for sure. We gave up 14 fourth quarter points. All right, we got Army Navy week, so we'll go ahead and show you a little bit of recruiting. So we got a couple 4-stars that we got in late, and this is one of them. We are pacing really well with South USC and Notre Dame right now. It's really going to come down to what grades he wants and how hard USC goes for him, because they have a pipeline tier of 4 for Hawaii, which is kind of odd to me, but his contact seeker, he's the 97th running back, 97th player in the nation, and the 11th running back in the nation. We're the only one going for him, so looks like we're going to be the okay there. The last week's visit was huge in this recruitment, but we don't know how we're going to pace with Purdue outside of that. But we will see. This receiver, the physical route runner, we're the only one on him so far. Iowa looks like they did win their game last week, so we'll see if we can create a battle, and we'll just see. It's going to kind of go into sim right now, so it's kind of like, do we stay in this or do we put the 50 points somewhere else? But we're going to stay in it because we do need tackles. And he's a Indiana guy, 6'7", 300 also, by the way. And then we have kicker, punter down here still. I'm really worried about having to put some hours into them in the off-season stuff, but as of right now, it looks like we're the only ones going after him. Then we found some 3-star talent down here. Dual threat quarterback. He has 96 throw power. Only 83 speed, but like 96 throw power. His short accuracies are 86 medium, and deeper already 86. Throwing the runs of 78. His acceleration's an 86. Like, I don't know how this guy's not a gem, but he is a find for a 3-star quarterback. This right edge, 84 strength, only 76 speed, but he was the best out of the group. And then we got a power rusher here. That's a gem. He's 84 strength, 79 speed, 81 tackle, 86 pursuit, so he should be pretty good. And then the thumper, we have 88 speed here. He's probably... I want him to play middle backer, but he's probably going to, because he's an athlete, he's probably going to be better at safety. So as we look at who the commits we have 2 5-stars, and then we have a host of 3 stars as well, or 4 stars, excuse me. So we have 6 4-stars, 2 of them gems. We got the 7th player in the nation to come here. So we still have a lot of work to do here, especially in the portal, but that is where we are with the high schoolers for this season. All right, just a little coaching news. We're going to extend both of these coordinators. I don't like their pipelines, but we have got an elite recruiter, which helps us with the recruiting stuff, as we are also a recruiter. But the defensive side of things, we get to recruit people faster. Or scout people faster, excuse me. And then this guy's a strategist, so there's a lot of good things that happen out of the strategist, as well, as we've talked about a little bit before. So we're going to extend both of them. I'm assuming maybe after next year they'll probably decide to leave, but that's where we're at. Conference championship, San Diego State. We played them relatively early in the year, and we kind of just absolutely smacked them. So we'll see if they've gotten any better. They got through the conference at 7-2, so they only lost one more game, and that was actually last week. So they're coming in off a loss. They want revenge on us as well from earlier in the year, so let's see if we can take care of business. San Diego State goes down and scores on the first possession of the game. And we are trying to answer, and Durham gets the end zone to the end zone. As you can see, we're wearing the blackouts for this game here. Really the first time we really did anything different with our jerseys. I'm going to give Washington a chance here. He goes up, can't come down with it. That was kind of an audacious attempt there to him. He's not really a go-getter. More of a route runner type guy. But we're going to kick the field goal, go up 10-7. Realistically, the goal here is to just win the game, right? If we win, we're in the college football playoff. If we lose, we're probably out of the college football playoff, which obviously that's a lot riding on this game, but it's just the nature of it, too. I left the running back. We get home. Thank the Lord. That was a fourth down play that they ended up going for, and they do not get it. We are going to hop in on offense. See if we can get Durham here on the corner. We can't, so we're going to hit the underneath. We don't hit that route near enough on that play. We're always looking over the middle, so that's really something that I've switched from last year. If you were watching the series towards the end of last game cycle, as their D tackle gets their hand up, we're going to go for it. I would always hit drags, right? So I wanted to sit and look more into those dig routes, those deeper crossers. And I feel like I've done better with that, right? Being able to stand up in the pocket and hit those receivers coming across. So the next thing is we just don't block their D tackle. That guy has been a menace this drive. Is to really like go off those reads, right? Those high-low routes. Like I need to be better at reading those and hitting them. So like the corner to the hitch route, need to be much better at reading that and getting it out to the players that we need to get it out to. So again, just always trying to get better. As Uter catches the drag route into the end zone, touchdown. Cardinals. The Aztecs answer. We pin them deep. We get a turnover or a short field and score pretty quickly. So it's 24-14. We are back in the red zone. It is in the third quarter now. We're going to let the pressure kind of get up a little bit, let our linemen get out, and Williams took a absolute shot there. Holy. They go for it on fourth down earlier this drive. They end up getting it. They're back on it in the same drive again. So we'll see if we can get off the field again here on a fourth down, and we get a sack again. The second time they've gone for it on fourth down that we've hopped in, and we've gotten a sack both times. So the pressure is really getting to the San Diego's quarterback. So San Diego State quarterback. We're going to hit Williams, and he's going to drop it. That's just a bad drop. It was a yellow throw, but it wasn't like bad enough to see a drop on it, I don't think. Durham has man-to-man. We're going to him. He doesn't, so we're going to hit the underneath like we were just talking about. We're going to pick up the first down. 4 TDs for Baker today. I'm going to run one more play here because I don't want to sit here for 10 seconds. Williams going to break a tackle, break another one. He's going to spin inside the 15, and that is going to be a first down. It's going to be the end of the third quarter as well. Oh, just kidding, because they had an injury timeout. Thomas, that's going to be the end of it. As we pick up like 3 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 7 as we come out to finish the red zone drive. Let's see. How do we want to go about this? Read option? Sure. I'm going to go ahead and keep it with Thomas. He's going to fight for 4 yards that time. It's going to be a 3rd and 4. Really trying to put this one kind of out of reach for San Jose State. They're bringing a blitz off the corner. So we're going to get it out to the tight end quick, but Uter can't make a guy miss. All right. We're not going to take the points here. Making a 20-point game for me just doesn't do us any good. And Durham's just going to drop it. So we had the look that we wanted. They're going to go down and get points. And just like that, there's less than 4 minutes left. We have the ball inside the 10 because they had to go for it on 4th down. That was kind of a frenzy happening. Thomas going to waltz his way into the end zone, and that is going to pretty much seal it, I think. And San Diego State came in. They played us tough, 38-17. It's much better than the 62-21 or something we beat them at the beginning of the year, or towards the beginning of the year. Bryce Baker, 20-36, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Williams only 18 for 65. That might take him out of the Heisman race if he was there. Baker, 13-57. Only 1 rushing touchdown, and that one went to Thomas. Acho, 6 for 81 and a touchdown. Uter got in the end zone, Durham got in the end zone, and Williams also got in the end zone as well in the receiving category. And defensively, Stroud had 10 tackles to lead the team. Benedict, Manu, and Collins all had 7 as well. We had 9 tackles for loss, 2 for Carter, 2 for Garrison. Manu had 2, Collins had 2, Bishop had 1. Sacks, Carter got 1, Collins got 1, and then Garrison and Manu, the 2D tackles, both had a half as well, so they shared that one. Benedict an interception and Hooker an interception as well. So conference championship appearance means we get promoted automatically. We also win it, which means we're a lock for the college football playoff. That is going to be the episode. We got through the conference championship. We won the conference championship, so that is going to be where we are going to stay, and that is going to be another promotion for Ball State. We went 13-0 on the year, got some retribution wins, and we kind of just walked through the Sun Belt. Their overalls, obviously, those always don't matter, right? But I think the highest one we played was like a 69 overall. So hopefully we start running into some better teams. Because climbing the ladder like this is fun and all, right? But just being able to have to really battle and grind out, which obviously we're going to have to once we get into like the Big 12 and the ACC and the Big 10, obviously, which is the biggest one, and the SEC as well. So, like I said, this is going to be the episode. I greatly appreciate the support. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and leave a comment. What conference do you think we're going to really start to struggle? And where do we think we're going to be with this recruiting class? So that is it. Next episode, we will go over, obviously, through the college football playoff. We'll go over the stats. We'll go over who's getting relegated and promoted. And depending on how deep of a run we make, that will kind of depend on if we have the off-season episode next time or the one after that. So, as always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.